Welcome to Your Mac Life for Wednesday, the 11th day of December. We've got 14 days, 2 short weeks before St. Nick comes. And so I'm your stand-in St. Nick for the evening. And just for you guys, I got this. Check it out. Oh, isn't that nice? And back there, as Sly pointed out, we've got the Shaw cable TV Christmas log. The funny thing about this Christmas log is that it's not live, but you can actually see someone going in there every now and then poking away at the Christmas log. It's kind of funny that someone's actually doing that. Because normally that kind of stuff is on a video loop, and they just loop 15, 20 minutes of it. But you can watch someone go in there and pokey, which is really, really funny. I've never seen that in a Yuletide blog. Joining us here on the show, your official, I guess we call her, the co-host, Alessandra. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao a tutti, come va?
Va bien. Damn it.
Not yet.
Tutti good. No, I'm still butchering your language. My apologies for that. On tonight's show, we're going to be talking to our good friend Jim Downpour from The Loop at loopinsight.com. Jim's actually, I think he's already in the Google chat room. So if you guys want to join us in the Google Hangouts, you can. Go to the website, yourmaclifeshow.com. Top story right there has the YouTube link. Remember, YouTube is about 30 seconds behind. It's also got the Google Hangout link, and it's got the link to the IRC chat room. So join us in any fashion, way, shape, or form that you would like to join us. We'll talk to Jim about it's been a couple of weeks, so we've got lots of stuff to talk to Jim about. But the big news is we've got the Your Mac Life's official buy this, don't buy this holiday gift guide. Have you noticed? Nobody, and I mean nobody, I've checked 30 different holiday gift guides over the past couple of weeks, and not a single one of them has a don't buy this list. I think they should be there. I think they should be warned away from buying certain things. So we're going to be doing that on tonight's show. We've got 25 things you should buy. In price ranges, everything from a couple of bucks to $890. And we've got things that you shouldn't buy. And we've got disagreement, too, which you seem to like, you weirdos. There are some things that Alessandra would recommend, but I wouldn't recommend. So we were talking about this afternoon. I thought this was kind of interesting. Who's ringing? You hear ringing?
Not me.
Ringing?
I don't know.
What's ringing?
The fireplace.
Jeez. Make sure I got all these people muted, because it might be somebody on the thing. Oh, it's the. Don't leave a message, whoever you are. Sorry, it's our landline that only rings for spammers, so I completely forgot about it. You and I were talking about this earlier this afternoon, because we've been listening to the Christmas Carol channel, the Holiday Favorites, which is really stupid because some of these things are songs I've never heard of. And I love listening to Christmas music at Christmas time, not October department stores, not November department stores, Christmas time. And I asked Alessandra, is there any traditional Italian Christmas music? And you said there wasn't.
There are just a few songs that they sing in the church when there is the Mass, so they are all religious about Jesus coming. Mm-hmm. But no typical Christmas song. We all listen to American songs, so we listen to the same you listen to.
It's interesting because in North America, our Christmas songs generally aren't religious. They might have a little bit of a touch of religion, Little Drummer Boy and things like that, but for the most part, they're secular or agnostic Christmas songs, Jingle Bells and things like that. We don't think of them as being religious songs.
Yeah.
The other thing I was interested about, that there are no Italian Christmas movies.
Oh, yeah.
There's all kinds of movies that we think of as being Christmas movies here in North America, but even though Italy has a rich history of weird-ass films, there's nothing that you guys think of as being a Italian Christmas movie.
No, there's nothing. So for Christmas, it's just all about family, hanging out with all the relatives, and eating and drinking, and going to the mass, and then there we sing the songs about Jesus.
But again, the songs are focused on religion.
Just well, that's the reason for Christmas. Actually, it's because Jesus was born.
Sure.
That's the basic reason. Yeah. Then we also like to buy presents. But then we listen to songs in English.
And I have to say, I was beaten down by the women in this household. And over there is a plastic Christmas tree. Oh my God, it's plastic. It's plastic. These two think that a live tree. What do you? I'm killing a live tree. That's what you were saying. You and
yeah, it was so bad to think to stop a life. A tree is alive. You wanted to kill one, so this one is dead.
You kill vegetables to eat them?
Because I need to survive, so that it's really necessary for me to survive, to be alive. A tree, we don't need to kill it.
I would disagree. I need a tree. I need. But so for this first year, our first Christmas together as a pseudo family, I let them browbeat me into getting a little plastic Christmas tree. It's cute.
Thank you.
It's a very cute tree. So yeah,
it's nice, and we had very nice decorations, and should feel good, very good Christmas.
And you are, and this is not as sexist as it might come across, a typical female in the sense that you wanted your decorations to color match. Yeah. We couldn't just buy willy-nilly the cheapest decorations or, oh, look, there's 12 for $1 decorations. You wanted to make sure that you had a color theme, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted gold and red, but then we added other stuff and donuts and things, so it's not, there was some exceptions.
Well, I don't know, this is not an Italian thing, so you didn't know about this tradition. I don't know if anyone else has this tradition either. It might just be a family thing with me. For us, we bought, as a kid, and I want to say my first one, I might have been 8 or 9 years old, you bought your own special Christmas decoration. Because my mom was similar to you. The tree had to be perfect. The tree had to be the exact right colors and the right bulbs in the right places. We were only allowed to hand our mother the Christmas tree bulbs. We were never allowed to put them on the tree ourselves. You handed one to Mother, and Mother would look at the tree and go, all right, this one goes there. And you know that angel hair, the sprinky, the metallic stuff. What do they call that? What's the metallic stringy stuff you put on Christmas trees? I don't know, whatever it is. But my mother would put that stuff on strand by strand. She didn't just throw it on. It was strand by strand. I noticed you didn't decorate the back of the tree either. My mother had to make sure the back of the tree had the same decorations as the front. It was insanity. It was absolute insanity. So we got a pre-lit tree from Sears. I think the first time I bought anything at Sears in 40 years. Pre-lit tree at Sears, and then we went to Walmart and got decorations, and then we went to one of those those Christmas only stores that pop up in the mall every Christmas time. And we got our own special decorations. And little Sig got donuts.
She was hungry.
It was cute. Yeah, they're donuts. 3 donuts in a row. Yeah. You got a what?
A little bird, a chickadee.
A little chickadee, very cute, very cute little chickadee. And I, of course, got a penguin with a hat because that's who I am. Penguin with a hat guy. I don't know where I was going with that one. Oh, and now you and little Sig are working on Christmas cookies. This is not something you have family recipes for either. Is there no tradition in Italy of Christmas cooking?
We have panettone, which is the only typical thing, and we already tried one recipe, and it turned out delicious. So that is done. And then we want to learn recipes from Canadian culture, so we are trying all the recipes we found here. And also we are working on the menu for Christmas. Every night we try one item to see if it's good enough to put it in the menu.
Monty points out, but the trees were grown to be killed. Yeah, she didn't know this, but I showed her a video. For you folks who follow me on Twitter, you saw that amazing helicopter video of the guys in Oregon. I think it's Knob Hill Tree Farm, somewhere near Salem, Oregon. incredible helicopter video of these guys picking up a bunch of trees and dumping them into a truck for transport. But that was the tree farm. You can see, watching the video, the trees are all in row upon row upon row. And that's what they do. The tree farmers, it's too hard. It's inefficient. They don't just walk into the woods in general, just some wooded area, and start cutting down trees. This is a true tree farm. They farm the trees the same way they would farm corn, the stalks and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they are alive, even if they are there.
But their purpose in life is to be cut down to be Christmas trees.
And who decided?
The guy who planted them.
What if someone would tell you, okay, your destiny is to die now because someone wants to eat you?
If I was edible, then I wouldn't have a problem with that.
You would accept your destiny?
I would accept my destiny.
Okay, that's good.
And it looks like my laptop is frozen again. So if you guys, if anyone say anything important in IRC, let me know, because my laptop is frozen up again. God, you can tell it's Wednesday. Good Lord. So we're going to do that. Oh, as always, email on air at yourmaclifeshow.com. If you have any Christmas gifts that you would like to include in our list, we're doing show notes now. So you folks in the IRC chat room, if something gets mentioned, you type show notes in all caps, and that way Alessandra will see that and she'll add it.
With my special gloves, I will type.
What are you doing? Why are you wearing gloves?
Because it's Christmas color. I didn't have anything red, so these are very Christmassy.
So the reindeer antlers don't cut it for you?
Also these, yeah, but I cannot find the button for the light. It doesn't. It works now! Yay! Yay! It's hard to.
You have to lean down a little bit, squinch down a little bit. Yeah. There you go. There's her lights.
I have no music, just light.
Yeah, at least I got the cool ones with music. You didn't even bother getting the cool ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, my laptop has frozen, so let me just restart this rotten thing. Still, they're not going to affect the show, but it'll be a second before I get back. So, IRC, join us in the IRC chat room, as always, irc.chat-solutions.org. That's why I'm so dark all of a sudden. My monitors, my monitor was giving off all that light. irc.chat-solutions.org, or the easiest thing to do is, as always, go to the website, yourmaclifeshow.com/live for the direct link. Otherwise, right there in the front page should be the video for the show, the YouTube video for the show, and then below that, it's an easy peasy way to get into the IRC chat room. The SIG, that's how you get into IRC, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it easy?
Yeah, very.
Are you getting more used to IRC?
Yeah, just with the gloves, it takes time to find the right button, but between the fireplace and this, I'm so warm.
Take the gloves off then.
No, I like them. They are Christmassy.
Okay, all right. And then on tonight's show, we're also going to be giving away the Dodo case, thanks to the nice folks at dodocase.com. A bunch of you guys, almost 400 of you, have sent in your own customized Dodo case. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw for that case a little later on in the show, later on tonight. So there's still time. There's still time for you guys to go to dodocase.com and there's a build a case link. So what you want to do is you want to click on that, build a case link, and then send me a screenshot of that case to Shawn at yourmaclifeshow.com or on air at yourmaclifeshow.com or something along those lines. And then later on tonight's show, before we go off the air, we will draw the case. We've also got from the folks at thoughtoutbiz, B-I-Z, the Stable Pro iPad holder, which is this cable that will hold your iPad up in different situations. So we'll do a draw for that later on tonight's show too. Let's get our good friend Jim Downpour from the Loop at loopinsight.com. I got to switch inputs over here, so I got to take over this one because for some reason, unplug that and plug that.
This.
For some reason, I can't hear Jim unless I listen to it via that. So where's Jim? And clicking on Jim show in broadcast. And Dalrymple isn't there. It's just his guitar. Thanks for being on time, Jim.
Well, he was there early.
He was.
Now
there
he's
he
gone.
is.
Okay.
You went up for a smoke, didn't you? Hang on, let me. Is he muted?
There.
There. You went up for a smoke, didn't you?
I did.
Awesome. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. What kind of guitar is that?
Les Paul.
There's names of Les Pauls, though, isn't there? It's a Les
What?
Paul something something.
Yeah.
It's a Les Paul what?
Let me turn this off. What do you mean, thanks for showing up on time? I was here like half an hour ago.
No, I appreciate that. That was cool. I saw you just sitting there noodling away. And we'll wait.
Do you want to see my belly button?
No. No, I'll give you $50 if you don't.
Okay.
All right. I'll PayPal it to you. So it's a Les Paul what? Don't they all have names?
That
like
was,
cars?
Well, yeah, they do. That's an artist series.
The thing that always fascinates me about guitars is that, and I don't have a musical bone in my body. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. They sound different. You could play the same note on one guitar, and it would somehow sound different than on another guitar.
Two different players can play the same note on the same guitar, and it'll sound different.
What causes the sound difference?
On the same guitar?
Or a different guitar. I mean, to me, a note is a note. If you play A sharp, I don't know, you know it's a note, it should be the same sound no matter what device it's played on.
It all depends on you know, the guts of the guitar, the pickups, and I got a hum. Why is there a hum?
I'm not humming. You got something plugged in to...
Why is it doing that?
Yeah, for an audio guy, hum is bad.
Hum is bad.
Anyway, let's move on. We didn't get a chance to talk to you last week, so we didn't get a chance to talk about your opinions about Amazon drones, Amadrones.
I'll shoot them down.
I might move back to the States and buy a rifle just to shoot them down.
I mean, you can't tell me that people are not going to shoot those down and take whatever's in them.
Guarantee it.
It's going to happen.
And the funniest thing is the justification for people, both on loopinsight.com and other places, is that, well, they'll just make it illegal. It's already illegal to shoot things out of the sky. People still do it. You go anywhere down south, once you get outside of a major city, every single street sign or road sign is full of buckshot and bullet holes.
I guarantee you there'll be no Amazon drones in Texas.
That's right.
I mean, they'll be driving down the highway with the pistol out the window shooting them down.
And then people will say, well, you know, you can't go up to a rooftop and shoot off a gun. Dude, you ever been to New York City?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's illegal to go in a post office and shoot all your coworkers too. But
well, guess what?
Yeah, it's going to happen, and it's going to be just nasty.
But even if, let's say, no one had guns and no one was going to shoot these things down, isn't this still a goofy idea?
Well, I mean, when you think about it, I told Monique, and she said, "Oh, that's like Jetson stuff. You go out and there's a drone, and your package is there." And yeah, but you know, the Jetsons were nice. They didn't shoot their neighbor's drone down.
Logistically, it just doesn't make any sense. Just from what you can read on Amazon's website, you have to be within 10 miles of an Amazon distribution center, and none of those are in major cities. They're all, for example, the closest distribution center to New York City is 60 miles away in Paterson, New Jersey. The closest distribution center to Chicago is 40 miles away in somewhere.
Yeah, but they can't do it in the big cities. What are they going to drop them off on the roof and, you know, it's a free-for-all?
Exactly. It just doesn't make any sense. And then the little plastic box, right now you get an Amazon box, you throw it away, or you burn it in the fireplace. Those little plastic Amazon boxes have to go back to Amazon.
No.
There's just nothing about this that makes any sense unless and tell me if you agree with this, this was all just a publicity gimmick by Amazon the day before Cyber Monday.
Well, they screwed with Eric Schmidt then, didn't they?
Oh, sure. Well, it's easy to screw with Schmidt, though.
I
Guy's got the IQ of a 9-year-old.
I can't see any of this really working.
No.
But, you know, I mean, these people that say, well, you can't shoot it down, have they never watched the show where they hunt crocodiles?
That's right.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, but like I said, even if you couldn't shoot it down, economically, it doesn't make any sense.
People would throw rocks at them.
Whatever. Yeah.
I mean, kids are going to have contests. We would have had contests as kids, throwing rocks at the drones as they fly by.
Even as Canadians, in wintertime, snowballs.
Yep,
That's going to be the most fun thing in the world for a 12-year-old.
Hockey pucks.
Exactly.
Whatever.
I mean, when I was a kid living in Nova Scotia in Shannon Park, we threw snowballs at cops. We're not going to have any problem throwing them on Amazon drones.
Yeah.
It just, and the disturbing thing about it was the complete lack of skepticism by the media. Everyone swallowed this hook, line, and sinker. As if this was going to be a thing.
I said on the loop I'd shoot it down.
Yeah. But not enough of the mainstream media gave this any kind of critical thought whatsoever. Now, that to me was really disturbing. That everyone, first of all, even if it was possible, it's not happening until 2015, according to Amazon. And certainly the FAA hasn't, they've already said commercial drones, no, you can't use them. So the FAA is not even going to rule on it until 2015. It's not going to happen.
2015 just gives all those people with rifles time to get scopes.
Sight them in.
Because you don't want to waste any bullets, you know. You want to hit it first time.
Yeah, there's just nothing about this that makes any sense at all, unless it was a trial balloon by Bezos to get attention on Cyber Monday. And if that's the case, it worked brilliantly.
Yep.
Absolutely brilliantly and terrifyingly well.
Yeah.
What else went on in the last couple of weeks? Just today, can you explain why it seems the quality of the tech writing of the New York Times has gone in the shitter? Have you noticed this over the last year? I mean, not only is your crazy girl at New York Times writing things. Today's is the story, 7 reasons not to buy your child an iPad for Christmas. Have you seen this?
No.
Now, there are perfectly valid reasons to not buy your child anything. A Ferrari, a handgun, not a problem. This says 7 reasons not to buy your child an iPad for Christmas. And reason number 1, it's no fun. What?
What?
I swear to God, I'm looking at the article right now. Reason number 1 is apparently iPads are no fun. But the article isn't about iPads. Even though the article's title, 7 reasons not to buy your child an iPad, all 7 of these reasons are reasons that are applicable to any tablet, not just the iPad.
Who wrote it?
What idiot is this? K.J. Dell'Antonia. Oh, freaking Italian. That's why.
Hey.
She says, I don't know. I don't want to encourage private screen time. I don't want to encourage more screen time. A tablet is something they should save for. It would be harder to limit access. Books are better.
Those aren't the reasons.
What's that?
That's not really the story.
I'm sorry. I swear to you, this is the story.
But the reasons you just listed off, those aren't the reasons.
Those are the reasons. Those are absolutely reasons. Number 1, it's no fun. Number 2, a tablet is something you should save for. Number 3, I don't want to encourage more screen time. Number 4, I don't want to encourage private screen time. It would be harder to limit access. Books are better. And number 7, Santa is 100% not licensed to produce iPads or any brand name electric devices. What the fuck does that mean? It's literally the most incoherent thing I've read all day. And that says something. Because I've been reading Elmer DeWitt.
Wow.
This person, now talking about tablets for 7, 8, and 9-year-old. When they say I don't want to encourage private screening, these tablets are not toys. That's true. They're computers and powerful communication devices with things like texting, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For 7, 8, or 9-year-old?
See, I just want to go to bed now.
God, it's one of those link bait articles that I would expect to see from Business Insider or CNET or some other asshat. But to see this under the name New York Times is patently offensive. A, it's a stupid article. B, it's an idiotic headline. And yeah, there are good reasons not to allow your child, whatever age, not to have a particular device. They're too expensive. I mean, you and I didn't grow up. When did you get your first electronic device as a kid? You remember what it was?
Oh, God, I don't. It was probably an 8-track player.
For me, it was one of those little football games.
Yeah, Coleco.
Yeah, Coleco, exactly. I remember I was maybe 12 or 13.
I had one of those.
My first electronic device.
Yeah, but, 12 or 13 now, kids are, they're already on meth and... Yeah.
Daddy
12 or 13, they probably have some kind of a cell phone or something like that now. So, we kind of held off a bit on some of that stuff. But for an iPad, no, I don't think we would hold off on that because that can be a great educational tool. The New York Times is just going, wow.
Yeah, these are idiotic dislikes of tablets because they can all be solved by, as I said on Twitter, be a parent. It's not that hard. Suck it up. If your kid says, I want to play at the iPad, it's not iPad time, if the kid whines, do what our parents did. Smack us. If I had an iPad when I was a kid, and my mother said, put the iPad down, it's time for dinner, and I didn't, 4.3 seconds later, I was getting a smack in the head.
Yeah.
There was none of this timeout bullshit or okay, honey, finish playing your game, and then we'll wait to have dinner with you.
Did you hear about the 6-year-old in Colorado that is being labeled as a sexual harasser?
Why?
Because he kissed one of his classmates' hands?
No.
Really? Really?
It's just
if that was the new bar, I'd be in prison at 6.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
I mean, God, terrible.
Let's move on to something else. You've been going back and forth on this on the Loop and on Twitter and other places about App Store ratings. What are your thoughts about, first of all, the nagging? And then we're not talking about first time you open an app or a week after it asks you once, would you like to rate this app? We're talking about the apps that do it in whatever way you find annoying. Is that acceptable to you?
No. I don't think any type of nagging is acceptable, especially if I paid for it. Now, there's something to be said if you didn't pay for it, okay, you're getting this for free, then you expect something, the ads, but let me pay $1 or $2 or whatever, and I'll buy it so I don't have to deal with this. But if you pay for it and they still nag, that's wrong.
Now, we've seen many developers come up, both on Twitter and various other places, saying, well, this is a way for us to remind people to go rate the app. And they do see that their ratings go up, or they get more ratings after a nag. People will go, oh yeah, okay, I'll go do this. Is that okay? From a developer point of view, do you get the point? Do you get the idea from developers?
I understand now what the developer is trying to do, and it's not the developers like Will Shipley or Daniel Jalkut, that may say, okay, if you've saved 100 items in this app, then I'm going to ask you to rate it. And the next time will be in another 100 because, God knows how long that will be. I think that's okay. Or to do it once. I think that's okay. But on an app that you paid for,
Hmm.
and comes up every other day saying, "Do you want to rate it?" and just nagging the hell out. No, that's not right. Okay, you want me to rate it? I'll rate it.
Now, many developers are saying that's unfair for us to give them a 1 star or rate them less because of this. But it's part of the app experience.
Yeah.
I categorically reject that notion. It's part of the app. If you are nagging me, however I define nagging, then I will knock you down a star, half a star, whatever, because if I even rate you at all.
Yeah. Well, I went in. Something else that's important to realize is that as users, we often forget to rate the apps that we like.
Sure, yeah.
We don't even rate the apps we don't like. We'll just delete them.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I do. And I realized when I was going through all this on the weekend that, you know what, I don't even rate apps.
Yeah.
So I went into some of my favorite apps and rated them.
Yeah.
I gave them 4 or 5 stars and, whatever the apps were, but those were ones that I really liked, so that's what I did.
Now, we've seen other developers pop up and say that the ratings are important to them for whatever reason, whether it's personal or whether it's financial. It helps get them more play. But they've also said part of this is Apple's fault, because this is the way Apple makes them do it. It would obviously be a lot better if I could rate the app in the app.
Well, yeah.
Where I could hit 5 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, whatever, right there in the app without being pulled out of the app. But even that doesn't excuse some of the developers who will. I've seen apps pop up on my notification screen when I'm not even using the app.
Yeah.
To nag me or remind me.
There's one guy that posted to me on Twitter, and I retweeted it, and he put a reminder in the settings panel, and it never popped up or anything. But whenever you open the settings, one of the things was rate this app.
Yeah.
And he said he's never had a complaint about it, and he gets ratings all the time. So that seemed to solve the issue. I mean, that sounded like a good thing to me.
There are definitely better ways for both Apple and developers to do this. Yeah. But I don't think developers should be upset with users who don't want to be nagged, whether it's once or whether it's 50 times.
Yeah.
That's part of the experience. Now, I don't mind. What I would like for all developers to do is, would you like to rate this app? No, maybe later, never ask me again.
Yeah. If that's even an option.
Thing. What's that?
I don't even know that that's an option.
Yeah. Well, no, I've seen it in other apps.
Oh.
I have seen it in apps where they say, if you don't want me to ever bother you, because sometimes you'll open an app and it'll say, would you like to rate this app? I haven't even used it!
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, there's some weird stuff,
But it is interesting. After those comments, like I said, I mentioned on Twitter a few days ago, then Gruber ran with it, and then other people picked it up. It is interesting to see the different points of view from the developers and the users, and watching this discussion happen. I think it was a good thing that developers and users are having this conversation. Developers, I think, are understanding users more. I think users are understanding developers more, too. And I think it was Renee Ritchie over at iMore who posted a story. Just go right now and rate your 5 favorite apps. Yeah. I did. Yeah, exactly. Just without. But it would be better if Apple could find an easier, more efficient way of doing that. And it's also better for developers to stop nagging us. I hate non-stories, and I was surprised to see you posted. You personally, yes, Jim Dalrymple, you posted what had to be the biggest non-story of the week. Where in the world is Scott Forstall? Who cares? He's back from vacation. Everyone wrote about this. Why does anyone care?
You know what was funny? Because everybody seemed to care.
Only the media.
It was funny. This great breaking story, Scott Forstall. He was in Italy.
it just cracked me up how when I first saw it, I thought, oh wow, wonder what Scott's up to. Is he becoming a VC? Is he joining some other company? Where's the Mac angle? There wasn't one. There was no technology angle whatsoever. It was Scott Forstall back from vacation.
So, speaking of that, what do you think of the information?
The information was completely useless. It told you nothing.
No. I mean the site.
Oh, it's another site that's going to charge you $400 a year for information like this. Yeah, I ain't paying that.
Did you sign up?
No, I don't got $400. You don't pay me like that. Did you?
No.
If that's an example,
Monique doesn't pay me like that.
Yeah, no kidding. If that's an example of the kind of information you're going to get out of them, I wouldn't sign up them for $2 a month.
I think a lot of business people will sign up.
Well, they can write that off, though. That's not fair.
Right. But I don't know how many. Well, they're not going after single users. No. They made that clear. They're going after businesses.
Now, this is Jessica Lessin is the editor-in-chief of this, and she's, I think, late of Wall Street Journal, I think she was last, and has branched off to this, where she's basically selling her insider status to, as you said, business people. Now, this is a model that was quite popular in the early days of the Internet. It sort of fell by the wayside, and it looks and feels maybe it's coming back. Do you think that's true?
Well, I don't know that it's. I like to see people get paid.
Sure.
So if she has writers on there that are making, they must be making a decent amount of money.
Well, that's not true. I write for you. I make shit.
Well, that's true, but you're not qualified.
Okay, fair enough.
These guys are probably making a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, is there funding behind this somewhere?
You got to assume there is.
Well, you got to assume.
But isn't this another example? Less so for Jessica Lessin, although she is very well known in the business community. But this is another example of reporters becoming the stars of their websites. Back in the day, we had no idea who the reporters were in our local news. You didn't know them by name. You just read the news. But now with Poe going to Yahoo and who's the other one going to Yahoo? Oh,
Katie Couric.
Katie Couric going to Yahoo, with Uncle Walt and Swisher becoming much, much more of a presence at the Wall Street Journal, and now branching out apparently to NBC Universal. The reporter is becoming the star of the news. Yeah. I don't know that that's a good thing.
But, in TV news, wasn't the anchor always the star, Walter Cronkite?
True, yeah.
I mean, there was always a certain part of that, but not in newspapers or,
Yeah, in newspapers, a columnist might be famous, the New York Times, the Washington Post. I think before the Internet, the only reporter I could name would be the Washington Post. Oh, now I can't remember their names. Watergate.
Yeah.
Watergate guys.
Yeah.
I can't remember their names anymore. Bob Goodward. No, Woodward and Bernstein.
Yeah.
Those are probably the only reporters I could name, and I read the news constantly. It's an interesting sort of cult of personality growing up around people on the Internet, and again, I don't know that's a good thing.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Jessica and this whole, $39 a month or $400 a year.
Mm-hmm. That's not cheap.
That's not cheap.
And that's the kind of thing that you better put out.
Yeah.
You have to justify that. That's not $2 a month. That's not, Shawn begging for PayPal money. That's serious money to a business.
Yeah.
But when it becomes that financially driven, then you can get into all kinds of various conflicts and various ways of driving news that isn't news. I think this is a perfect example of it. Jessica is going to use this as saying, hey, look at all the traffic we drove to our site. You should sign up. But it was a non-story. It was literally a non-story. Scott
Yeah.
Forstall back from vacation, big frickin' deal. Now, I don't notice when you're back from vacation.
Nobody cares if I'm on
I was
vacation.
going to say, yeah, no one really cares.
Monique
We talk
doesn't
about this-
even notice when I go on vacation.
Looks up from the couch. Are you back? Get me a beer. I love the comment on loopinsight.com about Ballmer's philosophy. How do you make money? I thought it was really interesting, your comment, that you said, this is my opinion, is why Microsoft's in trouble right now. Apple's philosophy is, how do we make the best product? That's always been true of Microsoft versus Apple. If you ever had to point to a difference in the two companies, that's always what I said, was that Apple wanted to change the world and make money. Microsoft just wanted to make money.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with making money.
No.
But did you think that attitude from Ballmer is why Microsoft and he personally are in the position they're in now?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I mean, if you go out and say, okay, you have an MP3 player. Oh, well, it's just an MP3 player. It's an iPod. Let's just make one, call it the Zune, and we'll take 90% of the market because we're Microsoft.
Yep.
And then make a piece of crap, and people don't want it. And then where's the making money part then?
Yeah.
You can't make money when you make crap products.
I think it was the Nilay Patel of The Verge said that history will be kinder to Steve Ballmer in 10 years than we are now. Do you agree with that?
Could be.
I don't think so.
I mean, history sometimes is kinder to people than what they deserve.
But I think you'd have to point to some sort of success from Ballmer. And there's nothing, I don't think, that you can point to that's this huge historical thing he did.
No. I mean, history is going to be kind to Gates.
Sure.
And he deserves it.
Agreed.
But yeah, I don't think that it'll be very kind to Ballmer because I don't see what Ballmer has done. He's had misstep after misstep.
Mm-hmm. He, in the article on Fortune, he justifies that sort of thing by saying, yes, we've made good acquisitions. We spent $1 billion on Fast. We make good money. Dynamics, we did 2 good acquisitions, each over $1 billion. Believe me, they look really good. Those are things that the average person doesn't know anything about.
That's right.
The average person doesn't know how Microsoft made $1 billion on that. And the average historian isn't going to know that either.
No, but does that really matter?
No.
What the public is going to remember and what the history is going to remember is that for 2 or 3 years in a row, he stood on the CES stage and said, now we're going to have the Courier. No, it's the Slate.
That's right.
And, things never happen. And then we've got the Kin, and it disappears because it's a piece of crap.
And the Zune.
And we're going to have a mock funeral for the iPhone and for the iPod. And, when the first one doesn't work, we're just going to do it again. He just looks like a moron.
And we're going to lose billions of dollars on his pet project at Microsoft, the Xbox.
Yeah, and the Xbox is the only product anybody likes.
But it still loses money hand over fist.
Yeah. What would happen if Microsoft shut down tomorrow? They just decided to close the doors. Is there anything that you would miss?
Me personally, no, not a thing. Enterprise would, but the average person, no. Because there's all kinds of other companies out there that could jump in and fill in for that. If some sort of black hole sucked up Redmond tomorrow, the day after, we would find alternatives to Office and to Windows, which are the only 2 things that Microsoft makes that's got any value to the average consumer.
Yep.
I was just checking loopinsight.com. Can't find Amplified. You guys do one?
No, I wasn't around today.
Okay. You can go to the iTunes store, though, do a search for Amplified, and what you do is you subscribe to it and leave a rating, leave a review, subscribe to it, and then it'll automatically pop up into your iTunes podcast playlist. Jim Dalrymple from The Loop, loopinsight.com. Thanks for joining me, buddy.
Thanks, Shawn.
Have a good night. Enjoy.
See ya. Bye.
We, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Your beverage of the evening. My beverage of the evening is, again, the delicious, scrumptious Tuborg beer, my favorite beer in the entire world, from the nice folks at Denmark. And your beverage of the evening, Alessandra, is?
I have again the wine I had last week. This is very good from Sicily, South Italy, Nero d'Avola. It's very tasty, very good.
We were watching a show. There's a show on TV called House Hunters International. We like it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were, tell me if this is true, we were watching one of this odd Scottish woman going to, what's it called, Guardia San from something.
Yeah.
See, I can get the first two syllables in Italian, and then my tongue just wraps itself around on my molars, and I can't get the rest of them. But it's Guardia, it's an hour and a half, they said an hour and a half northeast of Naples, so it's southern.
Yeah, South Italy, yeah.
And they said that southern Italian wines are more flavorful and stronger than other Italian wines.
Because it's warmer there, so if the weather is warmer, the grape will be more ripe when they harvest it. In North Italy, my dad used to make wine, but it was never that strong because summers are what they are. So.
Well, my favorite wine is an Italian wine, Montepulciano, grown in Peru, in the Umbria region. So would that be considered a
Yeah, it's
southern?
warmer. It's much warmer there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Umbria is center Italy, but it's warmer. The more you go south, the warmer. So yeah, it's already warm there, and it's more tasty. Yeah.
So let's do the, again, this is something that no one else does. And I want some props on this, okay? Someone give me some props on this. We're going to tell you things to buy for Christmas that you can buy for Christmas, but we're also going to tell you things we recommend you not buy for Christmas. Again, no one else does this. No one else warns you off. And the first thing is going to be an explanation of why Alessandra is wearing gloves.
Oh yeah, there is a reason. Because it's so cold here. We had snow for 3 days, so I'm freezing.
It snowed 1 day, 2 days max.
And it's already all melted.
But you are quite cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really have noticed that it's colder here than other places. So tell us about the gloves.
So the gloves are very special gloves. Not only they are very warm, but I can also use them when I'm outside and I need to use my iPhone because they have a conductive wire inside them, but they are not like the usual gloves that have special patches here that look like robot hands or other kind that are not warm enough. These look like regular gloves. They are very warm, they are beautiful, and I also can use them with my iPhone when I'm outside and it's so freezing cold. So they are
now,
awesome.
These are from Glovely, Glv.ly.
Yes, I will save this.
From a Glove.ly, glove.ly, to get you to plug in your headset.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
And now this is interesting because Alessandra loves hers. I hate mine. Now you got the lined cotton red women's gloves.
Yeah,
right?
they have a lining that is very warm.
Back in the video. So
Yeah.
you can show the.
Yeah, they have a lining that is very, very warm. So they are not just gloves to use with the phone. They are warm, and so I like them. They keep my hands warm in any kind of weather.
Now mine are. I went for the leather gloves, and they're very nice looking. There's no doubt they do look very stylish.
Yes. Yeah, very
leather
nice.
gloves. They've got a neat little, and they pimp this, but it's not all that important. But on the wrist of both of them, they've got both Alessandra's gloves and mine a little magnet, so the gloves will stay together. Now that magnet is not very strong. You can easily pull them apart. They can easily fall apart, but it is kind of a neat little way to put the gloves together. So again, they're a very stylish glove. Now, unfortunately, these leather gloves don't come in extra large sizes. They only come in large men's sizes. So they're too small for me. But, and this is, I think, very, very interesting, Alessandra's gloves in the exact same weather. We went out day before yesterday.
Yeah.
It was -4 Celsius here in Surrey. That's 30. That's maybe 28 degrees Fahrenheit. It was cold. You know, it was pretty cold. And I asked her if her hands were cold. She said, no, my hands are not cold at all. I took my gloves off, and put them against your face. And what did you say?
Yeah, your hands were freezing
My hands
cold.
were freezing cold.
Yeah.
Now, these gloves have a lining in them too, but I would not recommend these gloves.
No.
Alessandra would recommend her gloves, the cotton-lined women gloves, but I would not recommend the men's gloves, at least the leather ones, because they were terrible. Literally functionally useless below about 4 degrees Celsius, 35 Fahrenheit. You end up sticking your hands in your own pockets with the gloves on because they were useless gloves. So interesting that you really like yours.
Oh yeah, I love them. I always wear them, even inside.
Yeah, even inside. So now you can take them off. Now the other, so that's see. So there's a buy glove.ly women's gloves.
Yes.
Don't buy the men's gloves.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Now the next thing is we saw this. Pick that up. We saw this in the local mall here, and I believe the website is Sage. I mean, this is I love the name. This is an ultrasonic nebulizer. Now it sounds like it's some sort of space device.
Yeah, it's a bit scary, the name.
A little bit scary. Ultrasonic nebulizer. Now, why have I lost you in video? Hi from Broadway.
I just see you everywhere.
Why can't I see? Is there still video of you up there?
No, it's you instead of me.
Oh God! Can you see you down here?
Yeah, it's you again, everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, that makes no sense. All right, here, give me that. This is the Sage Ultrasonic Nebulizer. Sage is the website, SAJE.ca, maybe .com for Canada. And it's this funny-looking little tubey thing. And we were walking by the mall, and it was on a corner of the mall. And so we were walking along, and you're going, the hell is all that smell?
Yeah, we smelled it before seeing it.
Like a half a mile away before we actually saw it. And when you get up to these things, they had them in the front door of the mall. The top of this is just little wispy bits of smoke coming out of them. And it looked kind of cool. And there was a whole bunch of different sizes and different things. And when you walked up to it, you realize, oh, this thing is causing the smelly bits. And you walked up to it and you realize, oh, okay, so there's smelly bits coming out of here. And we got a little demonstration of this, and you fell in love with it right away.
Oh yeah, and also they used natural essential oils, which were awesome.
What does
Just
that mean?
fantastic.
What the hell is natural
Not a
essential oil?
synthetic scent. You feel the difference when it's natural. It smells different, special. It makes you feel good, and I was feeling better immediately.
And they had a bunch of different scents
Oh
too.
yeah,
Do
we
you
bought
remember?
so many.
Go and get the scent box.
Okay.
I'll see if I can't get you back on video. But the scent box, the ultrasonic nebulizer, is $80, so it's not cheap. It's certainly not a cheap little device to use. No, you're
Yeah,
okay.
but I'm not on video.
I know. I'm trying to get you back on.
I
video.
can describe it.
Well, read off some of the names of the.
The name of the. I don't have the ingredients, but the name of the stuff they are: yoga, unwind, tranquility, tantra, spa spirit, refresh, rainforest, liquid sunshine.
That was my favorite. I like that one.
My favorite is yoga. And then we have glow and bloom. They are all fantastic.
And they give me one.
Yeah.
Show the audience that they come in.
Which was your favorite?
Liquid sunshine. Doesn't matter.
Okay, your favorite.
So they come in these little itty bitty little jars, and what you do is you put this inside the ultrasonic nebulizer, and there's a heating element in the bottom of it, and it electrosizes the ions and crap like that. I don't know, and that what causes those little smoky bits to come out, and it smells really nice. Now, it's a little bit overpowering in the fact that our entire house smells like yoga. Not sweaty, but it smells like yoga very quickly afterwards. And you only put a few drops. You know, the little bottles we got this a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And we haven't run out of any of the.
No, we still have a lot, and we use it every day, all day.
I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing.
There are too many cables.
Okay, now do you see yourself on video?
Yeah.
There you go. Fine.
I'm there again with my antlers.
With your antlers. So it's kind of a neat little thing. So guys, if you're looking for something special for your significant other, this is a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
How many of the little bottles were in here?
10.
10. So we got the ultrasonic nebulizer for $80. I think that was another $40 or $50 to get
it's expensive,
whole bunch of them. It is expensive,
but it's worth it.
Well, the initial, now people are saying my audio isn't coming from my microphone. Oh God. The initial cost, yes, is expensive, but once you buy the ultrasonic nebulizer, you're good for as long as the thing lasts. You can just keep buying little jars like $5 a pop. So keep that in mind. If you have someone you want to buy something different and interesting for, keep it in mind the sonic nebulizer. People are saying I'm echoing.
Oh.
I don't know why all of a sudden I would be. Nothing's changed over here. I'm so confused. Echoing audio. Did it just start, guys? Did the audio just... Oh, you know what it is? No, that's not it.
Oh, that?
It might be because I was picking up on that, but Slices, we can hear you. It's just echoey. I don't know why it would be echoey all of a sudden. It just started, right, guys? Like your audio? Okay, well, you say it's coming from another source, but... Okay, I turned off Alessandra's microphone, so you should only be hearing from my microphone, the microphone that's right in front of me for you folks who are watching the video. Does that make a difference? We'll see. Okay. Now, show note, folks, if there's something you want to be put into the show notes, you can now in the IRC chat room, all caps, do show notes, and Alessandra will see that, and she'll write this into the show notes. So show notes is the next thing we recommend that you buy. You want to show it off? Because you know what it is.
This is a very special coffee maker, Italian, called Caffettiera. And this is actually for 12 people, because in Italy we like very strong espresso, and we just drink a little bit like this. But here I've been getting used to drinking more coffee, so 12 cups is my size now.
So this thing, and now you can generally, what you're going to see is you're going to see these things as smaller versions of that. Yeah. 1 or 2 cups. Yeah. And Alessandra had the smaller version of it, and she would make like 1 cup of coffee, and I was like, "Where's the rest of my coffee? I want more coffee." So I picked that up on Amazon.ca. This again, what's it called?
Caffettiera.
No, there's a name.
The brand Bialetti.
Bialetti, B-I-A-L.
That's the Italian brand.
B-I-A-L.
Yeah, B-I-A-L-E-T-T-I.
Okay, make sure you put that in the show notes.
I will.
Now, Slices, you're echoey, so you got to make sure you talk more into your microphone. This is strange why this just suddenly started to happen. Oh, so annoying. The other thing was another buy this, don't buy that, is a disagreement again between the SIG and I. She loves the 12 South book for the iPhone. I like it, but I like the Pad and Quill luxury case for the iPhone more.
Mine is better.
See, I was trying to be diplomatic there, and you just didn't want to be, did you?
Sorry, but this is the best I ever had, so I cannot change my opinion.
You just have no interest in compromising on this.
Not about this.
Mine is the just as good Pad and Quill case from the folks at padandquillcases.com. Now, both of these are expensive. The book is $60. This luxury pocket book for the iPhone is $90. So these are not cheap gifts. These are not Secret Santa kind of gifts. You're going to want to make sure that the person you like, you give these to a person that you like. The Anki Drive, we talked about this on the show a few weeks ago, that if you have kids or... Oh, Monty says it started when you started fiddling with the iPad. All right, you know what it is?
Oh.
I bet that fixes it. I think what it is that the iPad was picking up audio. Someone on the Google Hangout has unmated mic, and I think that's exactly what it is. That
oh, it's falling. Help!
Go
It's
ahead.
falling.
Oh, you can tell it's Wednesday. Arr! Yeah, I don't like these things at all. We'll do a review of these things at some point, and the review will not be good.
No.
Yeah, it's just not gonna. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Where's the? Get me the iPad case. So the iPad smart cover. Good Lord. Okay. Throw that piece of junk out of the way. Put this on here. Do this, and then do this, and then do sorry. This, and this, and this. Is that showing you at all?
Yeah.
No, you can put it up there. Take that down.
Okay.
Is that right angle for you?
Yes.
Oh my God. Someone says rehearsals. Yeah, no, we did rehearse. We've been doing this all afternoon.
Yeah.
Just this crappy stand suddenly decided it wanted to go limp on me, like it was just flaccid. And yes, there's an obvious joke there that I won't take. Anki Drive. If you have kids, or even if you have teenagers, the Anki Drive, it's $180, not cheap. I would recommend it if you have kids who will use it. We don't use it.
No.
And I think one of the reasons, I've been thinking about this, why we don't use it, I think it's because you're girls. Now, I say that because, and you know, obviously this is a generalization, but it's not as sexist as it might sound. Girls aren't as interested in battles as guys are.
Yeah.
If it was just a straight racing game, I think the Anki Drive would be more interesting.
Yeah.
But it's not. We think of it as being the old racetracks we had when we were kids. You just race the other kids around the track. That's not what this game is. It's an actual battle game. Now, they promised a race mode at some point in the indeterminate future. But I think it's one of the reasons why it's less interesting to literally all three of us. Because it's not. We don't want a battle. We don't mind racing, but we don't think it's a battle game. So if you have kids or teenagers who like the battle mode of things, then definitely get the Anki Drive. It's a lot of fun. Now, one of the things that I really liked, I don't think Alessandra's seen this. Did you go to the website and see these? There's a website called perpetualkid.com, which is really cool. But these, for Alessandra, Italians don't have the tradition of Christmas stockings, do you?
No, we don't.
You guys don't know what a Christmas stocking is.
No, we never used them.
So, actually, let me use the video. I will show. Now the video froze. Of course it did. I can't tell if you guys can see that or not because the video froze. Is the video frozen on you?
No.
It's frozen. No, of course it's back now. Anyway, so the idea of Christmas stockings is when you were a kid, your parents would put little things in your Christmas stockings. They would put, for us boys, Hot Wheel cars, or for the girls, a Barbie. They would put candy in there. There's always a mandarin orange in there. And it was the thing that my parents used to keep us distracted when we got up before they got up. They wouldn't get up before 7 o'clock. As kids, we'd be up at 4. We'd be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So the Christmas stocking would be a way to keep us distracted for a couple hours. So I'm always looking for little things to put into Christmas stockings. And this is so cute. They're creative outlet stickers. And basically, they're little. These are definitely perfect for Christmas stockings. They're little things that you stick onto wall outlets, Have you seen these? Can you look over and see this?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So
yeah.
there's little mustaches and little faces and little hair and Google glasses, and it's kind of cute.
Yeah, very
I think,
nice.
and they're only like oh, they're out of stock now. Shoot, they're only like $3. So keep that in mind for something real cheap.
Yeah.
For another present that I think would be relatively inexpensive, they start at $15. Our friend Maurice Chevalier in Calgary, first time I saw that was he had one of these, and they're called Cocoon Grid-Its. And basically it's a pad with a bunch of different overlaid straps, what they call weave of rubberized elastic bands. And unlike a backpack where everything has to go into a pocket, with the Cocoon Grid-It, you can put things in the grid the way you want them to go. So if you want to have your iPhone over here and your power cable over here and that kind of stuff, it's a really neat idea. It's a really neat way of, rather than just throwing everything in the bottom of your backpack and things getting tangled up and lost, putting it into a Grid-It is a really nice idea. I really like the Grid-It idea. If somebody was looking to buy me a Christmas present, yes, I just want to make sure you're paying attention.
So it was a suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Capture Pro camera clip is really cool. It is a clip that goes onto your belt, or goes onto your backpack, or goes onto a strap of some kind that allows your camera to hang outside on your body but not on a strap. It's a really neat kind of way of keeping your camera very, very handy, even more so than a strap. Now, there's some downside to it in that, depending on the size of your camera, you could have 3 pounds of SLR hanging off your shoulder strap, but it's real easy to get to. A little pricey at $80, but if you know of a serious photographer who's got a serious camera, I think that'd be a great gift suggestion for a photographer that you're looking for. $10. You got $10 to spend? This is a perfect Secret Santa kind of thing, especially if you know your Secret Santa likes playing cards. These are kind of cool. These are black playing cards. Every playing card, every deck of playing cards I've ever seen have always been white. You know, they'll have a design in the back, but the card itself, always white. I think it's kind of cool that these playing cards are black. I don't know why. I don't know why I think it's special, but these are black playing cards. So it might be something that you might want to look at. ArcSign says, top of the electrical outlets. Come on, kid, electrical outlets can be so much fun. Make little faces, then feed them. I hope you don't mean like sticking pennies in there or things like that. Another relatively inexpensive gift that you can gift, I think is kind of cool. I'd like to try these out to see if they actually work. You can get them on Amazon.com. They're USB batteries. They're AA batteries, and the tip of it is a USB port. So you fold over the tip of the battery, recharge it in your USB port, pop it, close it, then now you've got a AA battery. I kind of like this idea. I wouldn't use it for anything serious, but keeping a couple of AA's in my backpack or my camera bag for my flash, for example, I think is a nice idea, especially ones that can be recharged really easily through a USB port. It's another, I think, a really good Secret Santa gift that someone could use. I wonder how many people still are buying Blu-ray players with Netflix and video on demand and things. I haven't had a DVD player. God Lord, probably since Nashville. I haven't needed one. Never had a Blu-ray player. Never had. I don't have any interest in Blu-ray. To me, there's not enough to Blu-ray to make it worth my while. Do you have any interest in a DVD player? We used to have a small old one.
I used to have one. I had to throw it away. I was too embarrassed compared to your technology. So.
But it's so tiny, it really wasn't of much use for any kind of recent Blu-ray disc. I mean, yours was an ancient.
Mine was not a Blu-ray thing. But...
Do you know what Blu-ray is? Do you have any interest in Blu-ray? Do you care?
No.
Yeah, I don't think most people care. So that's why I've never been really interested in getting my own Blu-ray player, except this Sony Blu-ray, which is rated very well, is $78. I know you can get it cheaper at other places. It's a Sony Blu-ray disc player with Wi-Fi, which means you can get Netflix and that kind of stuff, on Amazon Instant Video, that kind of stuff on it. So if you're looking for a gift for somebody who loves their Blu-ray discs, that might be an idea. Another really neat idea. I love these next three ideas for stocking stuffers. The first one is these cute little cable organizers that you can attach to a desk or attach to a wall. They're stick-ons. And you can feed your USB cable, your Ethernet cable. It's basically to clean your desk up and get rid of all these cables that we all have lying around all over the place. You can fold up your cables and string them on this thing. You can on the Amazon website you can hold pens with it. So little things like that. Great stocking stuffers, great Secret Santa kind of gifts. And this one is, I think, is just hilarious. If you have small children, what is it about a water fountain that little kids like? You ever notice that? Little kids,
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but I remember when I was a little kid, every single water fountain that I went by, I had to drink out of, at least a little bit. Yeah, turn the little thing, and water would come squirting out. As an adult, you know they're kind of nasty, so as an adult, you really don't use them very much. But as a kid, I loved water fountains. So I saw this on Amazon. I thought this was so cool. It's a Dream Farm Tappy Fountain Rubber Tap. And what it is this little thing, little piece of plastic that you hold under the water and then squeeze, and it shoots the water up, not shoots, but it redirects the water up into the kid's mouth as if it was in a water fountain. Now, if the water pressure is too much, the kid's starting to tap on too much, you're going to get water all over the place. But the kid will learn how to do it properly after a while. But this is another stocking stuffer. It's $6. $6 on Amazon.com, and it's a really neat idea, especially if you have kids that like doing playing around with the water fountains. And finally, in this category, 5 for $15. Apparently, they're called Tillandsia, or air plants. And what they are is apparently indestructible little plants that you almost can't kill. You can get 5 of them for $15 on Amazon.com, and you can put these little plants in these little tiny pots, and the plants grow into different colors. And so apparently, this kind of plant is very hardy. It's very difficult to kill these little plants. So again, $15 or $16.95 on Amazon.com, about $4 each. Apparently, you can have these things ordered and shipped to somebody, and it might be a nice little gift for, again, a Secret Santa kind of. Sherry says, "I've killed several Tillandsias." Okay, so much for that idea. All right, Sherry. I thought they were supposed to be hardy little plants, but if Sherry's killing them, then. When you were a kid, did you have a nightlight?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't remember having a nightlight as a kid. We may have had them, and maybe my younger brothers even had them, but I don't remember me having a nightlight.
You were not scared of dark?
Well, I remember when I was a kid, my nightlight was my bedside light. I always had a light next to my bed that I would get into bed, read for a little while, and then I would turn the light off. So I didn't need a nightlight. I guess the question is, what's the purpose of a nightlight?
Because little kids are scared of the dark. So if they have some light, it's like they can see what is around. There are no monsters, and if they need to run out and look for mommy, they can go. And I think that's something.
Yeah, okay, I see that. I think for me, I don't remember, but I don't think I ever got up in the middle of the night like a lot of other kids did. Maybe I did. I just don't remember. But
and there was no light, so you couldn't go anywhere.
Exactly, I was trapped there. I saw these. They're color-changing nightlight with portable glowing balls. I think that is the cool idea of this. These It's called Glow. It's from booninc.com, BOONINC.com. And the idea is that you think of this as a lamp that you put in the kid's room, but then the balls come out of, let's call them the petals, and the kid can walk around with the glowing ball. So if the kid had to go to the bathroom, he would take the ball with him and walk to the bathroom. Now, it's expensive. It's $85, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if it's a kid's nightlight kind of thing or even an adult thing. Yeah. I could see this at a party. I could see this just as an ambient light at night. I think, that's right. The other cool thing is the glow fades to dark after 30 minutes, hoping the kid falls asleep. And the balls don't get warm.
Oh, wow.
That's the other thing that's important. You don't want a kid to pick up a hot night light or hot bulb. Very nice. It's a neat idea. I think it's kind of a cool idea. I've always said that if you've got a artistic person in the family, even as I would say high schooler, junior high schooler who's interested in art, Art Authority for the iPad's a great app. $10 gives you over 1,000 of the Western world great artists, as the description says, from Western ancient times to today. 65,000 paintings and sculptures organized into 8 period-specific rooms, each room a gateway to a whole museum's worth of art. I love Art Authority. Now, in interest of full disclosure, I've done some work for Art Authority, some voiceover work for them, but I've been reviewing and recommending Art Authority long before they started paying me to do stuff, so that's got nothing to do with it. The app is really gorgeous looking, and I love it because it's got the artwork that we all know, the Mona Lisa and Botticelli's Venus and that kind of stuff. But then it gives you descriptions of both why that art is important, why that artist is important, and puts the artist and the art in the context of his times. So you can find out not only what Van Gogh painted, but why his painting is important. I mean, his paintings sell for hundreds of millions of dollars. The other neat thing about it is, I'm not sure if it's this app or if it's another one, it tells you in what museums the artwork is in. Oh. So you can tell the app, I'm in this location, and it will tell you, oh, this art is there. So if you're in New York or in Los Angeles or Rome, you tell it, I'm in this location, and the app will say, oh, in a quarter mile is the Uffizi Gallery, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Where you sell that kind of stuff. So $10, it's a great app for the iPad. I highly, highly recommend it. Sly M said, little red plastic cup shot glasses. Yep, into the cart they go. Damn you, ArcSign. Well, why is ArcSign getting props? I'm the one who showed you the URL. See, no one gives me props. I don't get any. Oh, my God. Ungrateful, rotten. If you know a podcaster, or if you know a kid that likes to record things, this iRig Mic Cast is really kind of neat. It is a compact microphone for the iPhone, the iPod Touch, the iPad, and Android devices. And what it is, along with some software, is basically a little microphone that fits into the headphone port of your iOS device and allows you to do on-the-go recording. And it's fairly decent quality. It's not spectacular. It'll pick up a lot of background noise if it's really noisy, but I don't mind that mostly. The other great thing about it is that it's got a pass-through port. So you can plug your headphones into the iRig mic and listen to the sound. So you can hear what the sound quality is. It's only $40. If someone who is an on-the-go podcaster or you know a kid who likes recording things, IK Multimedia is the website. They've got some really neat stuff there. Let's see what else we got in our list. Again, along with Art Authority, we do these as a group. If you know a kid who likes to draw and just scribbles, I remember these books when I was a kid. It's available on Amazon. It's called Draw 50 Animals, the step-by-step way to draw elephants, tigers, dogs, fish, birds, and more. They're really neat books because it shows a kid how to draw basic shapes and then build on those basic shapes to create the elephant and the tiger and that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's traditional drawing theory. I've never taken a drawing class in my life, but it's really easy. Because when you're a kid and someone says, draw an elephant, well, maybe you'll start off with a trunk and then you'll move up to the ears and it looks awful. But with these kinds of books that show you how to draw the basic shape and then add other basic shapes onto it, it really helps a kid learn to draw very, very well. And because they're basic, the kid can then add his own flourishes to it. This combined with an iPad and a drawing app, Art Rage on the iPad, I love. The paper app from folks at 53.com along with the pencil. Where's the pencil? I got it on here somewhere.
I don't have it.
Oh, there it is. The little monster deck of pencil. The 53 pencil, which is really kind of neat. Capacitive touch pencil. So if you have a kid who likes to draw, this is a $9, $10 book. You can pick it up probably at Barnes Nobles or your local chapters or things like that. Another great stocking stuffer for kids. If you some of these things are obvious. The Mophie Juice Pack Air, I've lost 4 Mophie Juice Pack Airs. Not lost in the sense that I put them down somewhere and forgot about them, but people have stolen them from me. Sly, Ian Schrey, because everyone loves the Mophie Juice Pack Airs, and they keep just going missing on me. I know Sly's got mine for, I think, the iPhone 4. She took one of mine years ago, and the last one I had, there's one stuck in Calgary, and then the last one I had, yeah, Ian Schrey took. Kind of expensive, but if you know someone who burns through the battery on their iPhone fairly quickly or fairly frequently, or is traveling, the Juice Pack Air is a great little, a great little app to hand out to folks. Sorry, a great little device to hand out to people. Mophie.com is the website. By the way, all these Amazon links that I'm sending you guys are Your Mac Life links too. So if you buy what we're talking about, Your Mac Life gets a kickback. If you're still doing your Christmas shopping, we'd really appreciate it if you came to yourmaclifeshow.com first, clicked on our Amazon link on the left-hand side, and then did your shopping. Because what will happen is Amazon will keep track of you, and anything you buy, not just the thing you click on, but anything you buy in that session, Your Mac Life Show gets a bit of a kickback from Amazon. So we would appreciate if you guys would do that. Do you have a Doctor Who fan in your life? I do now. She can't hear me, but I don't care about Doctor Who. But the little Sig loves Doctor Who. Loves it. Knows more about it than anyone I think I've ever known. ThinkGeek.com, this is so cute, has a Doctor Who TARDIS shower curtain. I just think that's the funniest thing. If you've got a Doctor Who fan, the ThinkGeek.com Doctor Who shower curtain, $30. That's a lot of money to pay for a shower curtain, but that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of neat to have a if you're a Doctor Who fan, to have your shower curtain be a Doctor Who TARDIS. Another, I don't know if this is a good gift or not. You have to help me out with this one. We no longer have a car. It died shortly after we moved here. Thankfully, it died after we moved here, not before we moved here. So we end up going to the store by bus or walking quite frequently. And you end up with a bunch of plastic bags that you have to carry. Well, the problem is my right wrist, even though there's no cast on it, still hurts a lot. I really can't carry anything in the right wrist. Can't have anything dangling off my right wrist. So what I've ended up doing is having to carry a bunch of stuff in my left, and then everything else, the little Sig and Alessandra have to carry. Well, there's this little thing called a trip grip, which looks kind of interesting. It's a handle for shopping bags, and you push the button, and it releases the. It's like a carabinieri. What was I saying? Is it cabinieri? What are the cops in Italy called?
Carabinieri.
Carabinieri.
Yeah.
I said
they are a special kind of cops. There is the regular police and then Carabinieri that are special.
You mean special as in Olympian?
in that sense.
So you guys don't have a whole lot of respect for the Carabinieri in Italy, do you?
They are funny.
They're funny. Okay. Carabiner is the word I was looking for. It's like a carabiner for shopping bags, and this thing is only like $3. I think it's kind of a more certainly more. One of the problems is with shopping bags is you get 3 or 4 of them, they start pulling at your fingers, and it hurts. And this thing looks like it would prevent that. So that's again a little stocking stuff for a little Secret Santa type thing. This one I really like. They got a lot of press. The Nest, the ex-Apple folks, created the Nest thermometer, or thermostat, sorry. And they got a whole bunch of press over it. And now they come up with a new thing called the Nest Protect Smoke Carbon Monoxide Smoke Detector. I think this is a much more interesting device than the Nest thermostat. If only because this seems more important. Setting my thermostat correctly, not that big a deal. Having a good smoke detector, huge deal. If you go to the Nest website and look at the video of this smoke detector, it's really interesting. It's really clever and very fascinating to see how the folks at Nest are taking these the average, ordinary, everyday household things we, for the most part, ignore. Everyone ignores their smoke detector until it starts beeping. Until the battery's dying, beep, beep, and it's going on your house. I'm finding a damn smoke detector. But the Nest smoke detector looks it's also a carbon monoxide detector too. Is it radon? Is another household gas that you were worried about when we moved in? Radon. It's a shame that the Nest doesn't do radon. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know enough about it. But if you want an interesting gift for somebody, this might not be it. This might be a gift you buy yourself or buy your family. A little bit of peace of mind. And speaking of which, let's flip this around to gifts. You and I have been talking about this for a couple of days now. Gifts that you shouldn't buy. They're not on our list. We've had this discussion on several occasions, and it's very interesting how the female of the species believes this. We shouldn't be buying gift cards.
Yeah. Because they are not a personal thing. It's like giving money, so it's not a present.
Who doesn't like money?
The nice thing with a present is that someone spent time looking for something special to buy for you. Just a card, it takes 2 seconds, is not showing love and attention.
But what happens if the guy honestly doesn't know what you want and can't figure out what it is that you want?
You can spend time looking for something, and even if it's not the best thing, you look into the intention that was put in looking for it.
So that's the issue, is that it seems lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Lazy. Yeah.
See, for guys, it's generally seen as certainly convenient. It's much more convenient to buy gift cards to Target or whatever it might be. We get to go into the mall and get out of the mall as fast as we can. But quite often, it's we don't want women in our lives to be disappointed by the gifts we get them. We don't want to buy something and then you have that look on your face of, oh, thank you. But as you were saying, it can be more disappointing to get a gift card.
Yeah, I would make that face for a gift card, not for a present, even if it's not the best thing. And then you know that chocolate is always welcome, so if you really don't know what to buy, good chocolate.
Chocolate and jewelry, guys.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with chocolate and jewelry.
That's so easy.
Not lingerie. How do you feel about that?
Why not? Yeah.
Should guys buy their significant other lingerie?
Yeah.
See, a lot of guys don't or wouldn't. A lot of women don't want guys to because they don't know what kind of lingerie they want. They also don't want to get the wrong size. Dear God, guys, do not get the wrong size. Do not buy extra large and your wife's a medium. You're a dead man. If nothing else, by now, in August, say for example, you should ask your wife, honey, what size are you? And that way you'll know. If I was going to buy you something, what size would you be? What's your bra size? What's your waist size? What's your inseam? Ask those questions in August. Write it down on your iPhone, because then you'll know come Christmas time what to buy her. Dear Lord, don't be so dumb as to buy. Even if she's a small and you buy her a medium, you're still a dead man. You cannot win getting the wrong size. You're a dead man. Don't do it. You have no excuse to do it. Now, one of the groups of people that I was thinking about you can buy gift cards for are for people you don't know very well. For example, if you're the kind of person to give gifts to your postman or to your doorman or to those kinds of strangers that you don't know anything about, then you can give them a Target gift card or a Best Buy gift card or Tim Hortons, Starbucks, that kind of stuff. But yeah, generally, as we've heard from women over the years on this show, don't buy gift cards. The other thing is, don't buy, and this is one of the things that we've got on our list of things not to buy. Do not buy your significant other a Nike Fuel Band sport band or any exercise-related equipment whatsoever, because the only thing she hears is you're fat. That's the only thing.
That's the message.
That's the message. Even if you have the best of intentions, that's the message. You're fat. Don't buy her gym membership. Don't buy anything. Even if you're going to the gym with her, do not buy any fitness-related products at Christmas time. All you did to her was say, "Honey, you're fat. Try this." Don't do that. The other thing is, unless she specifically asked for it, do not buy appliances. Guys, do not buy your significant other a vacuum cleaner. Even if she says, and by the way, women will do this. They'll test you. Even if she says, honey, you say to her, honey, what would you like for Christmas? And she says, a vacuum cleaner. Don't fall for it. That's a test. It's a test to see if you're paying attention. Because what you think is, oh, cool, I can get that. I can go to Sears, not a problem. And then you put it there under the tree, you're a dead man. She did not want a vacuum cleaner, dude. She did not want a vacuum cleaner, I promise you. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right. It's not the right thing to give. We keep the house clean and tidy even without that kind of pressure.
Yeah, Monty says we're kitchen appliances. Exactly. Unless they specifically ask, even then, see, what I would do is this. If I said, well, what do you want for Christmas? And we don't have one. So maybe she would say a vacuum cleaner. I'd be like, I know. So what I would do is I would go buy a vacuum cleaner. I would bring it home. I would take the vacuum out of the box. I would then fill the box full of vacuum cleaner weight stuff. So rocks and paper and books. At the very top of it, I would have a pair of earrings. And then I would close it up and wrap it all up like it was a Christmas present and then put it under the tree. And Christmas morning, she comes downstairs. She opens up her present. She sees the vacuum cleaner and she thinks, you're a jerk. You're an idiot. You weren't even paying attention. She opens it up and goes, oh, thanks, just what I asked you for. Opens it up and diamonds. Boom! A week later, you bring up the vacuum cleaner, you're a god among men. That's how you get your significant other, things like that. Just don't do it. Monty says, just stick with buying bacon. It's a universal gift for everyone. No, you numbnut, it's not. What about vegetarians?
Yeah.
So much for a universal gift. So yeah, the Nest smoke detector is one of the things I have on my list. I love this idea. And do this even if you don't want one. But the folks at One World Football, F-U-T-B-O-L, football.
Oh.
So you have to say it that way, don't you? Football.
Yeah.
How do you say football in Italian?
Football.
That's what I'm saying, football. Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah.
Football. Why does that make you laugh?
It's funny.
Am I saying it wrong?
No. It's
Football.
right.
If I'm saying it right, why are you laughing at me?
Sorry, it's a funny accent.
What, isn't that Italian? Is that Italian?
Exactly, it's a funny accent.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know I was butchering your language so much. Anyway, One World Football. .com has this really great project. It's a buy one, get one. What you do is you buy a football for your kid, and they donate a football to a disadvantaged child in the third world. And yeah, it's not food, it's not fresh water, but it'll give some kid, him and his buddy, something to do. They'll kick it around in the dirt. If you want, you can buy one and then send both of them to a third world country. It's $40. It gets you a football, and it gets some kid in the third world a football. You definitely, if you're looking for something to do that's interesting and different, maybe as a one of those gifts you sent, I did this in your honor kind of thing. Do it for a passed on loved one. OneWorldFootball.com. I'm not going to say football all the time because it makes her laugh. One World Football, FUTBOL.com. It's a great, and you can even, if your company wants to get together and do stuff, you can even buy things in quantity. I think this is a great. There's all kinds of wonderful causes that you can get involved in at this time of year. One of my favorites is, and you may not even know about it. I don't think many people know about them at all. It's called Raven and Lily. The website ravenandlily.com. Take a look at some of their stuff. They have this beautiful jewelry, gold and precious metals and stones and copper and all kinds of really neat designs, some tribal designs, some skirts and that kind of thing. But all of the products are handmade by women in third world countries. All made by women who will make. This is the fair trade kind of idea, that you buy stuff from companies that deal fairly with the workers. As they say, Raven and Lily currently helps employ marginalized women in Ethiopia, India, Cambodia, and the United States at fair trade wages to give them access to a safe job, sustainable income, healthcare, education, and a chance to break the cycle of poverty. That's a great cause. But there's nothing better than going to a great cause and being involved in a great cause that also gets you great stuff. And for example, look at some of their earrings and some of their bracelets. They're beautiful. There's a triangle charm earring in gold and silver. There's double leaf leather earrings in gold and silver. And these aren't hugely expensive. These are earrings that are $25 and earrings that are $32 and bracelets. And guys, I guarantee if you're looking for a special gift for someone, for your mom, for your girlfriend, for your wife, some of these are really, really pretty, and you're doing a good cause. You're doing a good thing at the same time. Ravenandlily.com, RAVENAND Lily, LILY.com. I definitely encourage
it's in the notes. You don't have to spell it.
Good. Yeah, that's something that I've always been a big fan. I'm not just giving, and this sounds bad, but getting too. The football thing, I think, is a great idea. If your kid needs a new soccer ball, you buy the kid a soccer ball, and some other kid gets a soccer ball. The Raven and Lily stuff, your girlfriend gets beautiful earrings, and you're helping support some disadvantaged person somewhere else. So I think that's very good. I think these are great ideas. I think now we come to the single most expensive thing that I picked in this list. And of course, it's the one thing I freaking want. It's the Clock Wow. It's a wristwatch. Now, I told you before, I've got a perfectly good wristwatch. I love my Tissot. Got it 11 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia. Still wear it every day. Still love my Tissot. This thing is cool. $890. It tells time. But it tells time in text. In other words, with the time, it'll say it is 7:30 on the watch.
Yeah.
It actually spells the words out on the watch.
Awesome. Which
is just the geekiest, nerdiest thing ever. Except for a calculator watch, this is probably one of the nerdiest watches you'd ever get for that kind of money. It's gorgeous. I love the fact that the watch would actually spell out the time.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
$890. That's insane. The watch should not cost almost $1,000 with tax. That's just stupid. Don't anyone buy me that. If you're going to buy me that, send me $1,000 instead. Do not send me this watch. This is a $50 watch. All right? This is what they should charge for the watch. $50. But if you're looking for There was a great joke on Twitter the other day. Someone said, what do you get for the guy who's everything? And the response was, screw that guy. He's got everything. You're not getting a damn thing from me. Hell with that guy. So yeah, if you're insane enough to need or want a really expensive gift, give that one a shot. Here are the things that we would recommend you not buy. You are not a beer drinker, so you're probably not familiar with, you know what black and tan is?
No.
A beer? It's beer, generally Guinness, and some other beer on top of one another, where they're layered, and the layers are very obvious. You can see the darker beer in the bottom, the lighter beer on top, or vice versa. You'll quite often see it Guinness and Harp, for example. Because of the specific densities of the beer, one beer, like oil in the water, will float on top of the other beer.
Okay.
It looks kind of cool. Don't ever drink it. Don't mix beer. That's stupid. I've never understood this idea of mixing beer. Like a snake bite is Guinness and cider. So there's this website on Etsy.com, Pretentious Beer Glass. It's for 4 beer glasses. They're going to charge you $140 for 4 beer glasses. And what it is that those people who are too lazy to learn how to create a black and tan, it's not that hard. If you're too lazy to learn how to create a black and tan, the beer glass will do it for you. There's 2 separate cylinders, 2 separate compartments in the beer mug that you pour one beer in one side, the other beer, and it goes, no, don't do this. You are a pretentious twat. If you spend this kind of money on A, beer glasses, on B, black and tan beer glasses, and you can't be bothered to learn how to do it yourself, do not buy this. Next up is, we were talking earlier, Sly is apparently addicted to perpetualkid.com, the iPhone lanyard. Let me say it again. The iPhone lanyard. What this is a piece of string, okay, with a 30-pin dock connector on the bottom of the piece of string. And the idea is you would attach your iPhone to a piece of string that's hanging around your neck. Now, there are at least 5, if not more, things I can think of instantly of why this is a remarkably stupid idea. First of all, why do you need to carry your phone around your neck? What would be the point of that? Why do you need to have your phone around your... Is your pocket not good enough for you? Is your one of your 2 hands not good enough for you? Secondly, aren't you just asking someone, here, steal my iPhone? Because it's hanging around your neck. Someone will just grab that thing and pull it off your neck. Secondly, you're taking a chance of this thing falling off. Yeah, it's kind of locked into the dock into the dock connector, but it's not completely locked into the dock connector. Yeah, don't buy this. This is just, as Monty says, what a stupid idea.
Yeah.
It's absolutely idiotic. The 30-pin dock connector isn't that safe, and certainly the lightning connector would be even less safe. Now, for me, with this one, I'm of 2 minds of this one. There is a part of me, I want to say 25% of me, that thinks this would be freaking hilarious. The rest of me, the nominally adult part of me, thinks, no, this is stupid. You know those in the last few years we've seen, when we were kids, you had a bar of soap on the sink, right? And you pick the bar of soap up and you wash your hands. Yep. And about 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they came up with this liquid soap. And you push the top of it for the soap to come out. Well, imagine having a liquid soap dispenser or shampoo dispenser in your shower. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right? Now, imagine that liquid soap dispenser or that shower dispenser is in the shape of your nose. And when you push the side of the nose, soap, or the 12-year-old in me says, snot, comes out of it. The 12-year-old in me loves this idea. That you push the nose, and you'd have to buy green liquid soap, too. You couldn't have white liquid soap. It would have to be green liquid soap. So that this thing would green snot, slime would come out of this thing. And I think it's just, for $8, If I was in a dorm in college, I'd buy this.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely buy this in a dorm in college. I wouldn't get away with it now, and wouldn't get away with it at home. But yeah, and by the way, guys, if you're single, don't buy this thinking it's cool. Because at some point, some girl's going to come to your house, and when she sees that, you're not getting any, all right? She will leave instantly. But yeah, there's just part of me that thinks that just is kind of cool.
Well, it is.
A little bit. This one I hate doing. This is a don't buy recommendation, but softened a little bit. The nice folks at i.fi, EYE.fi. I was a big fan of their original i.fi card when they first came out. I was the first person to ever interview them. I was on the show floor of Macworld Expo many, many years ago. Loved the idea of the card. So about 2 months ago, when I got my new D600 SLR, I started looking at the i.fi cards again. And they had this i.fi card called the Pro X2. And what it promised to do was you would take a picture on your SLR. It would then wirelessly send that picture to your iPhone and or to your iPad. I thought, this is going to be great for when Alessandra and I go to Italy. We'll take pictures, and then when we're sitting in a cafe having a glass of vino, watching some football, I will be able to take the photos off the camera, put them on the iPad, edit them, and then upload them. This is going to be brilliant. I love this. So the nice folks at i.fi sent me the X2 card. Oh my God, what a piece of crap. And it's not the card itself. The card accepts pictures. The card captures pictures. You can plug the card into your laptop and the pictures are on the laptop. It's the i.fi software that is just unbelievably bad. Unusably bad. The first time I tried it with the iPad, it put 2 pictures from the card that was in the camera to the iPad. It took over an hour for 2 pictures. Now, on the iPhone, it zipped them up probably 60 pictures in 20 minutes. That's not bad. But the software can't be configured to do more than one thing at a time. And even when it can be configured to do more than one thing at a time, it forgets its configuration on a regular basis. It constantly forgets what Wi-Fi network it's supposed to be on. It constantly forgets the settings that you put in the software. The software is awful. i.fi should be embarrassed for putting up this software. So for those folks who follow me on Twitter, you saw me ranting and raving about this a few weeks ago, about how unbelievably awful this software was. Monty says, Shawn, thanks. You saved me from buying one of those. Yes, you're welcome. It's $100 I saved you. But, and this is interesting, the folks at i.fi, or at least their PR company, saw me ranting and raving on Twitter. They sent me an email saying, hey, we're sorry about the problems you're having with the i.fi Pro X2 card. Now, interestingly enough, they didn't say, would you like us to send you another card? Maybe the card is broken, because they know it's not the card. So what they did was they sent me the i.fi Mobi card, which is a less expensive card. But the best part of the Mobi card is it doesn't need to use the i.fi software. With no configuration on my part, I put the Mobi card into my Nikon D600, took a couple pictures, opened up the i.fi software on the iPad, and it immediately started moving pictures from the camera to the iPad after I set up the Wi-Fi network, which you have to do on all the cards. Did it perfectly. Did it fantastically. Did it wonderfully. Did it the way it's supposed to. So my recommendation, do not buy the Pro X2 card. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, I can still recommend the Mobi card. Now, look at the i.fi website, and they have a comparison chart between the two. Between the Mobi and the Pro X2. And Monty says, so the less expensive one works better. Yeah, it does. The weird thing is The less expensive one on their own website says, and they've got one of those tables with little check marks. You know, here's what it does. This card does this. This card does that. This card doesn't do this. This card doesn't do this. So under simplified mobile setup, it says Mobi, yes. Pro X2, no. Why wouldn't the Pro one have a simplified setup? That makes no sense at all. The Mobi 2 card, computer setup required. They have that as an X. That's an advantage. Works with your home or office Wi-Fi. Well, I want it to take pictures from my camera to my iPad. So I don't care if it works with the home Wi-Fi. Don't need it to work with the home Wi-Fi. Because at home, I'll take the card out of the camera, plug it into my laptop. Much faster than home Wi-Fi. Uploads RAW files. I don't want to upload RAW files. RAW files are files that I'm going to take and put on the laptop and manipulate in Aperture or Lightroom. And upload directly to your computer. It's too slow. It's not worth the hassle. So all the cons of the Mobi card are actually pluses, and they're cons of the Pro X2. So do not buy the Pro X2 card. Buy the Mobi card if you're interested in these two products. And let me take a look at my list and see what else I got. I think we're done. I think we're done. Have I gone through my Christmas list? I think I've gone through my Christmas list. Oh, we got one of our listeners sent us their Christmas list. Let me see if I can't find it. Christabel, Sue Warwick in Sardonsville, New Jersey. Now, interestingly enough, she and she's going to be mad at me because some of these things I disagree with. One of the things she says, if someone has an Audible account, consider buying a gift membership for them. If they have a membership, the gift credits go right into the regular account. So what it is, it just adds on to their Audible subscription. And it's good for a lot of different things, too. If you have, for example, someone who likes Show Note, nextissue.com. If someone likes magazines, if you go to someone's house and they've got a bunch of magazines, maybe getting a nextissue.com subscription for them would be nice for a period of time, 6 months, a year, whatever, $10 a month. So she recommends the audible.com, so show notes, audible.com. She also recommends she said, great Bluetooth speakers, good sound, small, 7 hours on a battery. Unfortunately, she recommends the Bose SoundLink Mini Bluetooth speaker. Every audio guy, Sue, who's heard me say that went, it is a truism that every audio guy I've ever spoken to hates Bose. The old line is, no highs, no lows, must be Bose. So if audio guys don't like Bose stuff, I'm not going to like Bose stuff. If I was going to recommend a Bluetooth speaker, I don't know of an inexpensive one to recommend. The Libratone Zip at $400, very expensive, but great sound for that kind of mini single speaker. The Bose SoundLink Mini Bluetooth speaker is $200. If you say it sounds good, I'll believe you, but I'm saying every audio guy I've ever talked to has said all of Bose stuff, headphones, speakers, whatever it is all crap. They've got a good marketing department, but they don't have very good products. I'm just saying that. And then she recommends, or she mentions, the Rain Design iRest stand. Now, I saw this thing at a Macro Expo a few years ago, and I hated it. I thought it was the dumbest idea I could possibly imagine. It's interesting. I don't know of anyone else who's ever used one of these things. So it's interesting that Sue, you liked this. I didn't like the way it looked when I saw it at Macro Expo. So Susan likes it. I don't. Take that for what you like. I've never used it, though. Susan likes it. I've only seen it. I've never used it. For me, there are other better stands, and we'll talk about those on a future show. She recommends a book, Cool Tools, a catalog of possibilities. She says it's a highly curated selection of the best tools available for individuals and small groups. Tools include hand tools, maps, how-to books, vehicles, anything useful. Tools are selected and presented in the book if they are best of the kind, cheapest, or the only thing available to do the job. It's interesting. I've never heard of that book. So thanks very much, Sue, for that. I appreciate you sending in your thoughts and opinions with regards to what you think are cool products for the audience. Oh, we can do the draw now.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, Stable Pro. Brandy. There we go. Brandy from, it's called the Stable Coil Pro. And we're going to give this one away to a random listener. This is one of the Friends of Your Mac Life contest stuff. So I'm going to get that folder pulled up here. Just give me a second. And that goes there. And I'm going to scroll around, and when you get the inclination, you go ahead and you say stop, whatever you like.
Can I say it in Italian?
You can say it in Italian.
Even if it sounds like a bad word.
That's right. It sounds like bastard.
Pasta. Pasta means stop.
Okay.
You can also say something.
Okay.
Fermati.
She yelled at me. Kenneth Drake. Kenneth, congratulations. Kenneth Drake, you've won a Stable Pro, or I don't know how to say that. Stable Pro. Stable Coil Pro. The folks at thoughtoutbiz.com. Now, we're going to give away the lovely Dodo. I love Dodo cases. Great. Thanks very much to the nice folks at dodocase.com for letting us give one of these away. And what you had to do was go to the website, basically build your own Dodo case, and then send me a screenshot of your Dodo case. And those lucky folks who did that, out of the 473 of you who did this, the cute Italian girl is going to say stop whenever she would like to, and I will stop at that point and give the name.
Fermati.
Fermati. I'm going to go to Glenn Ramsey up there in Juneau, Alaska. Congratulations to Glenn Ramsey. You are. How cold is it in Juneau, Alaska right now? Someone quickly find out for me how cold. Susan Warwick is listening live. She says, "Good thing I ain't an audio guy." That's right. Yeah. Susan, if you like the sound of the Bose stuff, then that's fine. That's great. Fantastic. Not a problem. I'm just passing on what I heard. And keep in mind, though, audio guys are generally snobs. The audio guys are audio snobs. But I take their word over things. I haven't bought anything Bose. So but if you like it, great for you. What was this thing before that? Oh, Juneau, Alaska. It's 32 degrees. Wait, 32 Juneau, Alaska? That's balmy. That's zero.
Oh.
In Alaska?
Really?
I'd love to be there right now.
It's warmer than here.
You're no kidding. That'd be lovely up there in Juneau. So congratulations to Glenn Ramsey in Juneau, Alaska. You're the winner of a Dodo case, Glenn. And also congratulations to Kenneth Drake. He is a friend of Your Mac Life, a PayPal subscriber. Thank you very much, Kenneth, for being a PayPal subscriber. I think is there anything else we need to do before we get out of here tonight? We went an extra half hour long with all these. If you guys have any good Christmas gifts that you're going to give, you want to get, along the categories that we've been talking about tonight, things that you recommend people not give, or special gifts that are little small things, big things, whatever it might be, send me an email to Shawn at yourmaclifeshow.com. We'll talk about them on next week's show. So I want to say thanks very much to our good friend Jim Jomper from The Loop at loopinsight.com for joining us here on the show. As always, I want to say thanks to you guys for being tuned in live or via the archive, however you'd like. And hopefully you enjoyed the Santa hat and also the music and the fireplace that we have in the background. Folks, until next week, as always, I've been Shawn King.
And this was Alessandra.
And you've been listening to Your Mac Life. That's my cue. See ya!